Austin. I call this meeting the Show Little City Council to order. Thank you all for coming out tonight. We appreciate it. Show that all council members are present except Councilman Adams has to be excused tonight. Tonight, the invocation be given by Councilman Hatch, followed by Vice Mayor to lead us in the pledge. If you all like to stand and join us.
Our dear Father in heaven, we ask that thy spirit be with us as we meet this evening as members of the Show Little City Council. We're thankful for the many blessings that we have, and we thank thee for the moisture that we will receive. I know I've asked that I ask that we please get more. We ask a blessing on those that are suffering and bless those that are in harm's way with the COVID. Please be with our first responders, with our military forces as they go on their business, and that they would be delivered safely back to their families. Father, please help us be worthy of the freedoms that we have in this country, that we may receive them further. We pray this in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Hatch, Vice Mayor, appreciate that. Next item on the agenda is call to the public. Any citizen desiring to speak on a matter that's within the jurisdiction of the city council may do so at this time. Comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person. Seeing nobody, yes? I'm going to need you to.
I'll come on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Jeannie. I'm on.
Can I ask you, next time you do a call to the public to fill out one of those?
Yes, I got
cards?
here late. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just going to read this letter because I didn't get to print it, but I can send you all copies. I just couldn't find your emails online. I was going to send you all copies. Okay, so dear Mayor and City Council members, we the people are requesting another invite for the Commission of Redistricting. We feel that we will not have proper representation due to the latest proposed redistricting by the Commission. We feel our voices are not being heard, and we want the rural communities and counties put back together the way they were. We would very much appreciate it if you would invite the Commission back to a second meeting so that we could make our voices known, ask further questions, and have the proper interaction with the Commission. Please let us know as soon as possible. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a copy of that? Or at least send it to
We do.
staff.
We do have a copy of it, and then the county's asked for a meeting to be in Navajo County already.
Okay.
So it's going to happen? You're going to request it?
We're not part of the redistricting commission, so
No, but are you going to
it's
request
requested through the county.
Okay. And do you have any idea when that'll happen, or
No,
did you request a specific date, or?
we can't really discuss it here, so
Yeah, we'll look into it and get back
we'll
to you.
get
That's
back
all
to
we can
you.
do.
I have your phone number. I'll let
Okay,
you
and
know.
I'm going to see you on Friday too.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty, next item on the agenda is special events, presentation by the Show Little Chamber. Tricia, Ms. Spear.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we thank you for having us here tonight. We're just doing a really quick rundown of our third quarter report. Oh yeah, I have this thing. Just real quick, we had some changes on our board, so I just wanted to kind of introduce you to our board members so you know who's kind of behind the scenes. Besides myself being president, Stefan Winu is my vice president. Neil Traver is our secretary. He's with the APS. Rob Hepner, Birdman, Martina, she's Sholo Film Festival. Teddy Croney, White Mountain Entertainment. Sean Merrill, he's the new director over at, the new chief of executive officer over at Summit. Craig Boston is our new appointed. He is the business analyst over at the Small Business Development Center. And we're really excited to have him on. We're doing some great things with him and Rich and some partnerships there. So we're real excited for him. And then, of course, Councilman Clark is on there as well. So that's our board right now. We're actually in talks with a couple other people that may be interested in coming on board as well. And then I wanted to introduce also Courtney Payne. She's, some of you know her, some of you don't, but she's the face of the chamber. She's the one that's in there greeting everybody that comes in. She's dealing with our members, anything that they need with their ribbon cuttings and all the events that we're doing. She's the one that's talking to them, and everybody loves her. We all love her. She does an amazing job in there. But I just want to introduce Courtney to you guys. That's who's making the chamber look really good. And Anna Amos is our bookkeeper as well. So she keeps all of our finances, along with Neil, who's on the finance committee, in place. So real quick, just some numbers. And then Courtney actually is the one that consolidates all these numbers as well. So if you have any questions and stuff, she's here to answer any questions. So the monthly visitor count by location. So we are, for the total for the quarter, local is 216, in-state is 423, out-of-state is 316. So total visitor count for the quarter is 959. That, I have to say, Stefan and I both ran the chamber. She was out ill for a couple weeks, so we actually ran the chamber to keep it open. I was very shocked in how many people actually come in, and the phone calls, and this girl's busy. That's what I can say, and the questions that you get asked, it's really quite comical, but it was, she knows what I'm talking about. And then it breaks it down by monthly visitor count by age. And then she also gets calls for requests for referrals, either if someone's coming up here from vacation or if they want to relocate. We get a lot of that nowadays too, is people that are moving up here, new to the area. Got a lot of that. What can I do here? The website, social media data. So we actually are sitting at an organic search of 87.47% on our website, which is awesome. And this is all on her too. She keeps that website up to date with all of our events and everything. The Facebook, she also runs our Facebook. And if you look from July to August to September, August, we were at 9,412. In September, the post reach, we were at 24,905. And so she's been doing a lot more outreach with a lot of pictures of our area. I think a lot of that was our colors and stuff as well. We had a ton more post engagements. So she's doing an amazing job on our Facebook, and we're reaching a lot more people with that. Pinterest, I can't tell you a whole lot about Pinterest because I don't do that much, but so impressions, it looks like we're doing really good there too. 2,200, total audience is 1,700, engagements is 29. And I'm not a social guru, so I don't know exactly what that means, but she actually has all of our members with a specific board on Pinterest. They all have their own board. So when people go on there, they can go to that specific member and see all their stuff. So she spent a lot of time getting that.
Did you just say you weren't a social guru?
Not on Pinterest.
Thank you. Okay. That makes more sense.
We added about 20-something new memberships in 2021, which did fall short of what I wanted to do, which we are in talks on how we're going to be boosting that. She's going to be helping us with the membership drives and stuff as well. So we're going to be working on that. Biggest thing is adding value so that people feel comfortable being a part of the chamber. And so we're going to be working on that part of it. But these are the new people that are added in 2021. We have added,
Can I ask a question
Sure.
before you, so I don't forget? So the new members that you've added, are these, have any of these been members and are coming back? Are you going after them? I guess.
Yes,
Yes.
there are
yes,
members that are coming.
Okay, because it looks like a lot of these have been on there before and
Yes, sir.
looks
Yeah.
like they're coming back.
yeah,
Okay.
we've had, Lacanos was one of them, Native was one of them, Pure Relaxation was one, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some new businesses and some that are returning.
Thank you.
Haven of Lakeside as well.
Yes, Haven of Lakeside as well. So, so we've been adding, with our new memberships, we are adding, our ribbon cuttings are back. We've been doing quite a few of those, and they're turning out really well. We're getting more and more calls for that as well. And then business after hours. So we've started the business after hours. We've had two, Razor Thin, or not Thin, Bird Media was one that we started with. It was a ribbon cutting plus a business after hours. It went really well. And then we just got done with the Sholo Film Festival business after hours, which was a lot of fun. So we're actually starting that up. Stefan is the chair of my events committee. So he's going to be the one that's going to talk about how that's all progressing and what we're looking at here in the future.
Thanks, Tricia. Good evening, Council, Mayor. Business after hours, we're starting up to find opportunities for our local businesses to re-engage with one another, find the opportunities to network. That ultimately is what a lot of businesses look for, is that chance for business to business and to learn about business to customer opportunities. The business after hours design is set up for a business to showcase what they're doing. So invite our chamber members and the public to come into it to learn more about that business. Often businesses have other things that they offer that people don't realize. So it gives our owners a chance to have a little bit more one-on-one or one-on-a-group conversation on what they're doing, and then follow up with some time afterwards for socializing. We're going to be starting something called network mixers as well. Mixers are going to be a little bit different. They're not focused on a single business, just an opportunity on another night of the month for businesses to get together and just have a chance to mix. The chamber is going to be hosting it. It's actually a fee-based program where we're going to be providing heavy hors d'oeuvres and opportunities for people to actually sit there and socialize without a real purpose except networking, getting business to business opportunities, find out what's going on, and really provide the extra value that does work. What it comes down to for our community being small, we're relationship-based. The relationships work really well for our community, so we're focusing on bringing back those type of events. The Sholo Chamber Breakfast is still currently on hold. It's something that we're looking at bringing back into the summer next year and the spring once the weather in the morning warms up and there's not as much ice. We're looking at bringing that back on schedule for 2022. We are starting a welcome visitors campaign. This would be really great to find out about the events the city of Sholo finds out about as well. The idea is with our banners welcoming the visitors for special events, making sure we reach out to our chamber members and let them know that this weekend is Bike the Bluff. We're going to have a lot of bicyclists up here. If you have an opportunity to do a discount, get them involved. The Sholo Film Festival, had an opportunity to attend that this weekend. Another opportunity for our local businesses to reach out to the visitors who are coming up, spending their money, and finding ways to engage with them. And we want to do that through a banner campaign at our office. So we just have a big sign, welcome to Sholo bicyclists, welcome to Sholo car enthusiasts for Run of the Pines, and emphasizing those kind of events and welcoming people there, making sure they see it and that we're a friendly community in that way. Sholo Days is still on track. We're looking at doing something called the White Mountain Experience. The idea behind Sholo Days is giving our businesses that provide our tourism, provide our experiences a chance to highlight them in one place, and also cross-mingle. An idea behind this is such as Bicycle Mania has been invited to come out and have an opportunity to have some bicycles on hand and possibly riding them. Inviting the White Mountain Community Garden out there so people learn more about what the garden does and how they're involved, as well as with the tracks and the opportunities to volunteer. We have a lot of new retirees that have moved up here. This is an opportunity to get them engaged in our local community groups and contribute back in other ways. So that's the idea behind the White Mountain Experience, for Sholo Days hosting the White Mountain Experience next June. Derby Down the Deuce is scheduled to happen again in July of next year. I mentioned the Sholo Film Festival. From a commerce perspective, the Chamber feels that this is a big opportunity to get involved in this a little bit more and support the film festival and find opportunities to work with the city of Sholo on how ways that we might be able to entice these short-term visitors who are here to film independent films. looking for locations, wanting to spend money in hotels and restaurants and rent equipment. So we think there's an opportunity for the chamber to be more supportive of the Show Low Film Festival. And would love to invite the council next year to think about that in October, to make a day and visit or just part of it and see more about what the film festival actually is doing, the people that are here participating and bringing their money up here. The chamber annual dinner is scheduled for February 5th. This was the opportunity for our new board to be brought on, as well as to recognize the successes we've had in the last 2 years, since we didn't have an annual board meeting and dinner last year. We are doing a couple new things as well. One of them is a board of directors annual retreat. So we will be doing a retreat in March to get our new board on board and identify our future goals and how we're moving forward with the Chamber of Commerce. Are there any questions about our events that we have going on with the Chamber?
I just really appreciate all that you're doing, and, you know, a variety is important to bring the different interests into the community. And Courtney, you're doing a really great job, and I haven't seen you since you were little, but it's good to see you, and I appreciate all your involvement with the chamber and the progression that you've made.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank
Any
you,
other
guys.
comments or questions?
I'd just like to say, thank you for bringing some of this stuff back. It's been a long time since some of this stuff has been here. And I think that most of the stuff that you are bringing back is things that really gets people involved in the community and even outside the community. So I'm definitely glad to see all that action coming back and giving some enthusiasm of how Show Low is, and that we're not behind closed doors all the time. We're out there in the open and we're ready to do something. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Mayor,
Courtney?
I know that when I started attending these meetings prior to being a council member and stuff, I remember that some people weren't really high on the chamber, and I've seen you guys like just turn around, and it's so cool to see all these advances that, you guys are doing. Sorry. And thank you. Thank you for doing that. I really think it's important.
Definitely a huge change.
Thank you.
Councilman Hatch, did you have?
I just wanted to say thank you very much. When I come down there, you're so helpful.
Thank you. I'm there.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
It's very good.
Thank you guys again. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All righty, next item on the agenda is presentation of snow management plan. Looks like Mr. Austin's without Mr. Hall. I embarrass him every year, is that why?
She got offended.
He had to take care of something personal.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Staff would like to take this opportunity to present the 21-22 snow plan. Usually here to help me is Ryan Hall, but I'm here alone. During a snow event, the city is split into 14 routes that 28 plow operators are responsible for. When a call out is necessary, 14 of the 28 drivers will begin plowing their assigned routes that are shown on the map on your screen simultaneously. The main pieces of equipment include 4 10-wheel trucks, 2 6-wheeled trucks, 3 loaders with plows, and several pickups for cul-de-sacs and smaller right-of-ways. In conjunction with the streets operations, the Parks and Facilities Maintenance Team, led by Mikey Mariscal, will start cleaning sidewalks and parking lots at the city-owned buildings, which include the bus barn, aquatic center, senior center, police department, city hall, library, museum, the streetscape on the Deusa clubs, cemetery, parks, and parks trails. The main pieces of equipment are 4 pickup trucks, 2 side-by-sides with plows, and 2 tractors equipped with gannons and front loaders, and of course several snow shovels. During a snow event, Ryan, Mike, or myself will assess the need for the equipment will assess the need for the equipment that may need to be deployed for snow removal or de-icing operations to commence. Snow removals are classified into 4 levels. Level 1 is reserved for 1/2 inch to 2 inches of snow. When the snow starts to fall, Ryan, Matt, or myself will start monitoring the streets for any slick areas that may need treatment, such as cinders or a mix of de-icers and cinders that were pre-approved by council. Level 2 is reserved for 2 to 3 inches of snowfall. At this point, Public Works is out making sure all school bus routes, collector streets, transit routes, and city-owned parking lots remain open by a combination of light plowing and cinder spreading. Other Public Works staff at this point is being put on standby for a full call-out. Level 3 is reserved for 3 or more inches of snow and triggers a full call-out of 2 12-hour shifts that are supervised by Ryan as the A shift coordinator and Matt, the B shift coordinator. Public Works is split between the 2 shifts, and snow operations continue until streets are open and passable to traffic. After the snowfall has ceased, streets will be widened. Public Works follows the predetermined sidewalk list, and it is in the plan, which includes the city hall parking and the entire downtown area. Level 4 is reserved for the severe event that triggers a haul-off of snow that impedes traffic and rescue services to pre-designated dump sites. The last function of the snow plan is removing snow berms for the elderly and disabled citizens of the city. The city will return to the approved locations for snow berm removal when a resident has successfully submitted a snow berm removal form with a doctor's statement that the applicant is physically unable to perform the act of shoveling snow. A snow berm removal form is available upon request at Show Low City Hall by calling the Public Works Department at 928-532-4100 or by downloading the form online at www.showlowaz.gov. During a snow event, the airport will be conducting braking action tests on the runway with a Beaumont, this is a good one, Beaumont AFM2 decelerometer or equivalent to determine what action needs to take place to keep the airport functional. As the need arises, additional resources and manpower may be rotated to assist the snow removal process. Staff has created a policy regarding mailbox damage due to snowplow operations. Staff recognizes that the post office regularly has the resident put their mailbox in the city's right-of-way or will not deliver mail to them. This policy allows the resident to put the mailbox in the right-of-way with the proper permitting process and gives direction as to what can be installed by the citizen. If damage is reported, the resident has the option to make a claim to the city, have the city replace the mailbox, or fix it themselves and submit a receipt to the city. Before a claim is paid, a city representative will verify if the damage is indeed due to plowing operations and not for other reasons like rotten posts or pre-existing conditions that will be documented by the Public Works Department during pre-snow operation inspections. If it is deemed that the city is responsible for the damage, reimbursement up to $100 or the value of the box can be obtained by the citizen. Public Works will photograph any damages and keep a log, which will include the date, address, type of damage repaired, costs of material, time, and labor for each repair. Thank you. I'm here for questions.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate that. Any questions or comments?
You know, Rick, you come up here every year with Ryan and you give us all the information that we need. And I just want to thank you and Ryan and your staff for the great work that they do on clearing the roads and getting things ready. Sometimes it's a hassle. Sometimes it's really easy to do, and sometimes it's a pain in the fanny to do. And I know it's some stipulations out there that makes it hard for you guys, but all in all, you guys do a great job, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All righty, next item on the agenda is the consent calendar. Items to be considered tonight will be a proclamation by the mayor proclaiming November 7th through the 13th. 2021 is Community Fast of Compassion for Those in Need Week. Proclamation of the mayor proclaiming October 17th through the 23rd, 2021 as Arizona Cities and Towns Week. Consideration of resolution number R 2021-28 granting utility easements to Arizona Public Service. Consideration of appointed associate City Magistrate, consideration of acceptance citywide roadwide improvements projects, consideration of the minutes of the Show City Council meeting October 5th, 2021. Is there any of those items that need to be removed or discussed? If not, I will look for a motion.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar has been presented.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Okay.
Passed unanimously. At this time, I'll ask the clerk to read proclamation A.
Thank you, Mayor. Whereas community service has always been a part of America's as well as Show Low's heritage, and whereas the number of those in need in our area seems to be an always growing number, and the people of our community have always shown a sincere desire to help those in need, especially during the holiday season. And whereas a number of faith-based and other organizations approached the city of Show Low in 2013 with a plan to help those in need in our community. And whereas the city of Show Low embraced this concept, out of which was born the Community Fast of Compassion for Those in Need. And whereas the city of Show Low and its citizens have discovered that the Community Fast is a very worthwhile cause that has made a huge difference in the lives of many in our community. Now, therefore, John Leach Jr., Mayor, on behalf of Show Low City Council, does hereby proclaim November 7th to 13th, 2021 as Community Fast of Compassion for Those in Need Week, and urges all citizens of Show Low to come together for the 9th Annual Community Fast of Compassion for Those in Need, joining in setting aside one day during this week to fast and pray for guidance, grace, and protection for our great city and nation as we address the challenges of our times and the concerns of those in need. Donate the cost of 1 or 2 meals or more if possible from this fast to this worthy cause, with donations being accepted at Show Low City Hall, National Bank of Arizona, Chase Bank, Arizona Central Credit Union, and online at showlowcommunityfast.org. And join in a community celebration on Sunday, November 21st, 2021 at 6 p.m. at the Show Low School District Auditorium.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Appreciate that. This time, if the board would like to come up, we'd like to give you this proclamation and give you, probably 3 minutes. No, I'm joking. Give you some time to talk about that.
Thank you, Mayor.
You bet, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to go ahead and get us started off tonight. If you don't mind, I'd like to just pass some of these out to each one of you. And then just we'll reiterate what we discussed there about the past. And one of the things that we do is we have.
Can you introduce the board real quick, just for?
I'm going to let each one introduce
Oh,
or each
okay.
one come speak. My name is Steve Heckthorn. I'm pastor of Living Faith Church out in Linden, but I live here in Show Low. We're on the west side in the bedroom community of Show Low. And I just like to say that is just the best part of Show Low, the West Show Low bedroom community. You've done a good job there, Ed. I love that. I'm going to let each member speak and introduce themselves. But if you could take a look at this and turn just to the community fast portion of this. We talk about fasting a lunch or a meal, and a lot of times we have people that will actually fast 1 or 2 days. And it's a big event in many of our churches here. It's a big event in people that don't even attend church. And so we're just excited that this has become a City of Show Low event. And so, Mayor, we want to thank you and the council and Ed for the staff that have got behind this. And just to give you an idea of what happened when the City of Show Low got on board with this, if I could just read some numbers here. In 2013, we started and we ended up with $9,000. 2014, we ended up with $12,393. 2015, we ended up with $13,000. In 2016, we ended up with $14,460. As we saw the City of Show Low got behind us, the numbers really began to multiply, and we were being able to help quite a few more people in the community. 2017, we had 14,450. 2018, we reached the goal of 20,000. In 2019, we reached a goal of 21,500. And in 2020, we reached $47,086. $47,086. So a total to date of over $153,000 total. And with that, if you look, 100% of all funds donated to help local families in need over the holidays. So I think as we enter what, and I've lived here all my life. I was born in McNary, raised in Pine Top Lakes. I live in Show Low, and what I call the magical season of the White Mountains, October, November, and December. So we have October, which to me is the prettiest month of the year. We have November, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and December. And I think this is such an amazing event in the city of Show Low. It makes me proud to be a member of the city of Show Low, know that the city of Show Low embraces something like this that brings the city of Show Low together, community members together, business leaders together, corporations together, and it brings churches together. And so I think this is one of the most unique city events I know about in any place I've ever been. I've talked with other cities and they're interested in it, but they haven't been able to make the step forward to commit to that. So from my point as a member of the board, I just want to thank you, Mayor and City Council, members of the administration. You have helped a lot of people in the White Mountain communities. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done and getting behind and supporting this. Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
time I'll turn it over to Steve Williams.
Mayor and council members, thank you for letting us be here tonight. The Community Fast Board has grown over the years. It started with 4 members. We're up to 8 members now. The members on the board are myself, Steve Heckathorn, Pastor Tom Brown, former Mayor Daryl Seymour, now County Supervisor Daryl Seymour, Principal Becky Clark, Dr. Jared Hall, and Mayor Leach. I think.
Kyle.
Oh, and Kyle Beecroft from National Bank of Arizona. So that's the board. Pastor Steve already went over some of the numbers. Every penny that's been donated, every penny has been passed on to help families in need. Any advertising costs or things like that are paid from people that specifically want to help with that. And some businesses also help to donate. Last year with the COVID outbreak, we thought, boy, this may be a tough year. Donations more than doubled any year previous. And there was a lot of generous individuals that probably some of them could have used the donations themselves, that sacrificed a meal or two to help their neighbors. There was also a lot of businesses that stepped up. Hatch Toyota, Show Low Ford were very generous. Allegra is always generous. Navapache Electric, Unisource has been a generous donator. Audiology Inc. The list goes on and on. I'll leave people out if I keep listing it, but we're really grateful for it. We're excited for the 9th annual fast. And then the celebration, of course, on Sunday, November 21st. We would love to invite every council member to come to that. It's really a neat event. Many of the churches in the community perform a musical number, but there's also other organizations like Showbiz from Show Low High School has performed numbers there. And you always get to see either a live presentation or a video presentation from organizations that received monies the year before. And they talk about how those monies were used. And so that's really kind of inspiring. The event's about an hour long. It's on a Sunday evening, and it's right before Thanksgiving. It's a great way to kick off the holidays. So I'd like to invite you to come to that and just thank you for all of your support. Your city manager and Rachel have been a big help, of course, every year, and we're thankful for that too. So thank you for your support.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for having us here tonight. This is my 3rd year on the board, and what a wonderful group of people to work with on such a worthy cause. At the school level, our schools are grateful recipients of this money that our community donates back. With schools, there's money that comes in, but there's only so many ways that we're legally allowed to spend it. And so it's nice for us to have funding like this that we can draw off of through the charitable contributions of our community to support our students and their families in ways that they need. And we're very, very grateful for the generosity. I think also it teaches our kids the true meaning of charity and how people can work together to take care of each other. So thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, council members, great to be with you tonight. It's great to have served on this committee for the past 9 years and to be part of the community that cares about one another. And it was really amazing last year with COVID and to make it be our banner year. And it set a standard for us to try to follow and try to improve. But it's neat that we were able to help 25 organizations last year. And many of those organizations were able to help people with food, with rent, utilities, things of where they were struggling. And so it's neat that we're able to kind of go back to the scriptural of the widow's mite, that she was asked to give all that she had. She didn't have very much. But sometimes the sacrifice is greater than the substance of the whole of what really happens when people give from their heart. And what a great way to give thanks for the blessings that we have of this mountain, for the community we live in, and to start the Thanksgiving season, and then to follow up right into the Christmas season. I can tell you that I've gained a great love of brotherly love and kindness as I've worked with different people on this board, and to love the members of this board, different pastors of different churches and different organizations, that we share together the true benefits of helping our community. It's not that we're a community in need, but we always have those among us who need. And may we look after them, may we help them, and may we always be united as one another. And thank you for your help, your support, and may you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving season. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I forgot to mention, there's a few other communities that are trying to do this. The board members have had conversations with, from Yuma. Chino Valley started this last year, and they were excited because they got 501c3 status, which we have, but they got that this year, and so they were pumped. So just so you know, there's other communities out there that are trying to follow your lead. So
Thank you, guys. And I'm also looking forward to working with you guys. I'm the newbie on the board, so I don't know a whole lot. So most of that information I got tonight was kind of new too. So I appreciate it. And if we could, I know the City of Show Low Council usually donates something every year. If we could put that on the agenda, because I think once again, we might have overlooked it, but we'll put something on the future agenda and also make a donation to it as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All righty, next item on the agenda under new business is a public hearing. Application submitted by Jose Armando Niez on Oscar Daniel Soto for number 12 restaurant liquor license on behalf of El Charro Beer for its location at 350 East Dusa Clubs, Show Low, Arizona. Did I forget something?
Yeah, did you want to read the proclamation on Arizona City
Oh.
Towns Week?
Did we? I'm sorry. Sure. No, I don't want to, but it sounds so much better when Rachel does it. I'm sorry, Rachel. Would you please?
No worries.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Whereas the citizens of the City of Show Low rely on local government to experience a high quality of life in our community, and whereas local governments in Arizona work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to deliver city services such as police, public works, and emergency services to create safe and viable communities. And whereas the method of funding these vital city services are not always clearly understood by citizens, and whereas it is one of the responsibilities of city officials to ensure that legislatures, media, and citizens understand their local government through open and frequent communication using various avenues and means, and whereas it is important to work to encourage this connection and inform citizens of the importance of state shared revenues to preserve the excellent delivery of services that our citizens have come to expect in our city. And whereas through education and awareness, citizens, community leaders, and city staff work together to ensure that services provided by the City of Show Low remain exceptional elements of the quality of life of our community. Now therefore, John Leach Jr., Mayor, on behalf of the Show Low City Council, does hereby proclaim October 17th through October 23rd, 2021 as Arizona Cities and Towns Week. And in observance of this event, the City of Show Low will host Student Government Day with Show Low High School Student Council and third graders as they tour municipal facilities to introduce the citizens to the workings of local government.
Thank you, Ms. Saul. Appreciate that. I'm just so glad that was the only mistake I've ever made. Wow, that's good.
Mayor, they do have a video, a short video.
Right. I have that on my notes.
Day and night, sun up to sundown. People who ensure the safety, protection, well-being, the convenience and enrichment. Those who live, work, play. In every city and town in Arizona are constantly at work. And thanks to each and every one of these services, many that you never think of, Arizona cities keep businesses at work, libraries open, traffic lights blinking, clean water flowing, and so much more, keeping life as we know it moving. They say that a city never sleeps, and thanks to Arizona Cities at Work, that has never been so true. Learn more about how your Arizona cities and towns work.
Thank you. Thank you again, Ms. Hall. Appreciate that. Okay. Now I'm moving right along under new business. A public hearing application submitted by Jose Armando Niaz. Mrs. Hall.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. On August 3rd, 2021, the City Council recommended approval of a number 12 restaurant liquor license application for El Charro Beer for its location at 350 East Dusiv Clubs. On September 15, 2021, staff received notice from the Department of Liquor Licenses and Control that the applicants representing El Charro Beer, Jose Armando Nunez and Oscar Daniel Soto, had withdrawn their application due to an error and submitted a new application. The property was then reposted as required by state law, and no public input has been received. The Show Police Department conducted a background check on the applicants and found nothing to preclude approving the liquor license. The Department of Liquor Licenses and Control conducts its own internal investigations and background checks. Based on the investigators' findings and the recommendation of the City Council, the State Liquor Board will decide whether to approve or deny the application. And if City Council chooses to recommend denial of the application, the motion must state the reasons for denial.
Thank you. All righty, at this time, I'll open it up for a public hearing. Seeing nobody run up here, I will close the public hearing and turn it over to council for action. Mayor. Go ahead, Councilman Alsop.
Yeah, I move to recommend approval of the State Liquor Board license, application submitted by Jose Armando Nunez and Oscar Daniel Soto, for number 12 restaurant liquor license on behalf of the El Charro Beer for its location at 350 East Dusa Club, Show Low, Arizona.
I got a motion. I need a second. I'll second it. All those in favor? All those opposed, same sign. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you.
Mayor Leach, on item number C, I'm going to declare a conflict. I sit on the governing board for the Shoal Unified School District, so I declared a conflict on in that capacity as well as this one, just because it's IGA between both of the entities.
Sure.
So.
Sounds good. All righty, next item on the agenda is consideration of resolution number R 2021-29, authorizing intergovernmental agreement with the Shoal Unified School District for multiple use of facilities and assignment of school resource officer. Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The City of Show Low and the Show Low School District continue to enjoy a mutually cooperative and successful relationship, including using each other's facilities and seeking funding for school resource officers. Recently, city staff met with the Superintendent Shad Housley to review the intergovernmental agreement and discuss other areas in which the city and school district could cooperate with each other. The agreement expires on October 19th, 2021, today. So resolution number R 2021-29 authorizes a new intergovernmental agreement with the school district. There were a few minor changes. One included removing the use of the old city cafeteria for the wrestling room, the use of the old wrestling room at the high school, as those facilities are no longer used for those purposes. Parties also agreed to delete the partnership on the marquee sign near Burger King, as the school district is pursuing adding a sign in front of the auditorium, which will better help them get their message out to the public. The school district may continue to use the sign periodically for their messages. The agreement is good for 5 years and may be renewed for an additional 5 years. So the city and school district will continue to cooperate with each other on the mutual use of facilities to benefit the taxpayers of Show Low. The school board has already approved this agreement at their meeting on October 7th, 2021, and I'm available for any questions.
Any questions or comments? Councilman Alsop.
Yes, I got a comment. I want to thank Show Low School District and the city for working together and doing a school officer resource officer at the school, mostly because I'm grateful that we still have that working relationships with the police department and the school. But also after seeing what's been on TV lately for all the other schools down in the valley is getting rid of their resource officers, I am definitely glad to see Sholo is still wanting to do that and participating in that. And I'm grateful that the police department wants to participate in that. So now, even with using other parts of our districts or, like the cafe, the lunchrooms and stuff like that for your resting mats and stuff like that, I'm grateful for the resource officer. I think it's a greatly needed thing. And I think the kids at the Sholo High School really respect the officers. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Alsop. Any other comments or questions or motions?
I'll make the motion.
Councilman Wilson.
I move to adopt resolution number R 2021-29, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement with the Sholo Unified School District number 10 for mutual use of facilities and assignment of a school resource officer.
Had a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed, same sign. Motion passed unanimously. Wish you would have killed that spider earlier.
He's coming after you for blood.
We had a friend over here and he pushed him on my side. All right. and-
Walking all the way down here.
Did he?
Yeah.
You guys can kill him, Next item on the
Just too
agenda,
fast for me.
summary of current events. Council members, comments, current event?
I'd like to speak for just a moment. I had a call just as I was coming in this evening. A very close friend of mine that was a neighbor, and we got very close to one another and found a lot of commonality there. He and his wife were injured seriously in a car wreck after they moved to Wyoming, and they were injured in this car wreck this afternoon. I don't know how serious it was, but disturbing news on his part. His wife is injured, but anyway, prayers for David Mitchell and his wife Robin would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Hatch. Vice Mayor, anything? Councilman Member Wilson.
I would just like to say, after hearing the presentation on the community fast of compassion, how proud I am of our community. We doubled, more than doubled, I think, the year before in donations. And I think that is just wonderful. And so I hope people really pay attention to this, and maybe we can do that again this year.
Thank you. Councilman Alsop.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to let everybody know Meals on Wheels and the Senior Center we're meeting this week to discuss about serving Thanksgiving dinner and stuff. And last year we did it totally different because of the COVID and Main Street and Meals on Wheels and the city came together and we handed out turkeys. And this year we're going to try to go back to the original, either have people show up and eat, or else go ahead and package meals, but at least serve the people, the citizens of Sholo that need a good Thanksgiving meal. And so hopefully the next council meeting, I'll be able to give you some dates and times and what we're going to be doing on that, but that's what we're working on right now. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Real quick, I just want to comment, you've probably seen it in the paper that Senator Kelly was up here. We met with a lot of the city managers and mayors was the whole theme of the meeting. It was pretty important for our community. And, we've been working on Scott Ranch Road, which is, I believe, a $14.5 million project, somewhere in there. But it was nice we've been working on trying to get him up here to show him that project. So it looks pretty promising that we might get Scott Ranch Road done. But it was just nice to bring somebody up here to look at rural Arizona, and especially the water issues and the fry that, all of a sudden they're going to stop thinning, and we really wanted to know why. But it was nice that everybody that showed up here and gave him an earful. So it was a good trip. I went to have lunch with him up in Pine Top. He wanted to see that area. So it was pleasantly surprising. I really didn't know how I was going to react to him myself, but I really had a good time with him. So I'm glad he finally got up here. It took us a few months, but it's very important to our community to get these senators up. City Manager.
Just a few events and a couple of things. There's a number of Halloween-related events to report. Wednesday, October 27th, the Recreation Department will have a trick or treat trail event at the senior field at Shoal City Park from 5:45 to 7:30. That event is for ages 11 and younger. And you can pre-purchase a ticket for $3 or $5 at the event. Then on Thursday, the Recreation Department will host an event at the Family Aquatic Center from 7 to 9 p.m. for ages 12 to 17. And those tickets can be pre-purchased for $10 or $15 at the door. On those two events, you can contact 532-4140 for more information. On Friday, October 29th, the library will host a family-friendly carnival for families with children ages 10 and younger from 6:15 to 8 p.m. There will be games, prizes, treats. Kids will be invited to dress up in costume. And for the library event, the number is 532-4070. And then finally, on Saturday, October 30th, Shoal Low Main Street will host a Halloween trunk or treat from 4 to 7 p.m. in downtown Shoal Low on Cooley Street between 9th and 11th. And if you need more information on that one, you can contact Rob Turnwall at 928-205-7556. And the Pine Top Lakeside sponsoring the Wall at Hills. I think we've heard a little bit about that. It'll arrive in Pine Top Lakeside on Tuesday, October 26th. The wall will be escorted from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Stake Center in Shoal Low through City of Shoal Low and the town of Pine Top Lakeside, and will reach Mountain Meadow Recreation Complex where it will be displayed from 12:01 a.m. Thursday, October 28th until 2 p.m. Sunday, October 31st. And that display will be open for 24 hours a day during that time. You can learn more about that display and even volunteer to assist, because it's going to take a lot of volunteers, at www.pltwth.com. As we get more information on when it's going to be escorted through Shoal Low, we will post that on social media. And then finally, in public works projects, as everyone notices, ADOT's starting to mill and overlay the DUSA clubs, and they're moving along and hope to complete that in the next couple weeks. We've started the sidewalk project at Sugar Pine Way. The construction on the Meadow extended parking lot and the city campus gym parking lot should begin within the next week or two. And you might have noticed the fencing at the Meadow the second phase of the fencing is underway and near completion. So we appreciate everyone's patience as we improve City of Shoal Low and do these important projects. Thank you.
Thanks, City Manager. The Wall that Hills project that's coming through, what they're wanting people business to do is just stand out on the street when it comes through town. So, and also I know the city manager already made a comment about volunteers. I guess it takes a full day. I know the mayor, Irwin, called me about a week ago and asked if we can get some of our staff, and we're going to try to see what we can do, and maybe county as well, sending some people over there. They figure it'd take 8 hours to put this wall up unless they get more people. So obviously they're going to need some help. Does anybody need seconds? Scheduling of meetings.
Just a reminder, this Thursday, October 21st at 12 p.m., there will be a Navajo and Apache County Mayors and Council Members Association meeting over at the City Hall DUSA Clubs room.
Very good. All right, if there's no other business before this council, I'll adjourn this meeting. Thank you, guys.